Good morning everyone and welcome to paradise. I've just got back up to New South Wales and this is my first day back out here fishing. You can see the kayak is all decked out with estuary fishing gear and we have a beautiful little river system which I've never been to explore. Got a lot of cool stuff in store for today, so let's jump out here on this kayak and get into a little bit of fishing. It's a grouse morning. Take a look at it. Really nice. Bit of parkour to start off the morning. It's an awesome looking spot. Feels good to be back. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm back in New South Wales. I just made the journey up, picked a completely new system today, and we're just gonna have a bit of fun. Gonna go around exploring the sand flats, maybe some creeks, and just see what we can catch. Got all my combos out with me today, 3 different setups. Gonna try soft plastics, hard body lures, a little bit of everything to try and get onto a few fish. We might even get the drone up and try and scour the sand flats for some flathead as well. So that's another possibility, but first thing I'm actually gonna do is make my way up to these pelicans I can see working some shallow sand flats over. Oh, fish. Never mind, there is fish busting up and jumping right next to the kayak right here. Maybe we'll rig up a little surface lure. I can see some garfish getting destroyed. Get out our little lure box to start off with and we'll pick out a nice surface lure to work. There we go. The thing which is most exciting is that I have no clue what to expect. We're going to be figuring it out together today. Never fished this waterway, so we're going to see what species are lurking. Got the little hard body tied on, and I reckon this sand flat right here in front of us looks perfect. Get our first cast out along that Ripley water. I just saw a big bird jump in as well. See what we can do. So this is a surface lure. I'm just going to do 3 or 4 twitches with the end of my rod, let it pause, and then just pretty much repeat. Work that all the way back to the kayak. See if there's any fish which are lurking over these sand flats. We could get brim, flathead, anything on here. Could be a lot of fun. Nothing on the first cast, but something's getting buffed over there. We'll get a cast there. Could be a brim or something. Super cool. Oh, see, look right there. Just put a cut. Oh, yeah, there's shrimp getting eaten off the surface. Something's on it. With the amount of life. Oh, that was a good fish. With the amount of life here, it just looks like a matter of time. That was actually a good fish. There we go. There we go. That didn't take too long at all. What's that? Oh, it's a tiny little brimbo. We had a much bigger one hit that first, but it got off. Still a good little fish to start off the day. Second cast of the morning on this sand flat, and we've already got a nice little brim. He's a little fella compared to some of the ones, well, that one we just had on. Very cool. Tiny little brimbo. That's very good to see though. If these little ones are active, you would definitely think that the bigger models will be active as well. Grouse little start, second cast of the morning. We'll send this little guy off. See you, buddy. Look at you. Oh, he just took off. That's a grouse little start. That's just the thing with fishing. It always pays to be observant. Like I saw a lot of life in this area. Saw the birds working, the mullet jumping, those little prawns getting nipped off the surface. And sure enough, where all that life was, the fish weren't too far away. Now, I don't know if you guys saw that, but I lost a much bigger one on that same cast. So there were more in the area. Hopefully we can find one of the big brothers. It was definitely a good clunk. Oh, that little shrimp's getting nipped off the surface right there. Get a cast out there for sure. Oh. Oh, we got him. Whatever that was jumped out of the air. That could be a tailor or something. Jumped out of the air to grab it. Oh, it's a brim. That brim jumped out of the air. Wow. Aerial brim, you don't see that too often. He's about the same size as that first one though. Still a nice little fish. Awesome stuff. These guys are pushed right up in the shallows at the moment and they're actually nipping the little prawns and the shrimp off the surface. You can see it happening all the time. Very good to see a lot of small fish. Obviously means there's a healthy population of juveniles. Nice little brim, second of the morning. See you, little buddy. Look at the water in front of me. It is just alive with fish. I think that I'm going to get the drone up very, very shortly and take a look at these mullet schools. We could find some massive flathead which are hunting these mullet, and we could get one on the drone as well. You just never know. Perfect opportunity, I reckon. It's really glassed out. There's a lot of life. Whew. Oh, right on my lure. There's so many fish. Drone and remote. Let's get the drone set up. Give it a crack. I'm just keen to see how big this school of mullet actually is. They look like they're absolutely everywhere. Whoa! See you later, buddy. First things first, let's take a look at the beautiful spot where we're fishing. You can see that river right in front of us there. Looks amazing. Later on, we're going to be going up there and having a fish. But first of all, let's pan down to myself, and we should be able to see the mullet absolutely. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that just a ridiculous scene? There are thousands of fish, and I mean thousands of fish there. That is just stupid. Mullet City. Mullet City. Look at those schools. They're so thick. I mean, even if there is a flathead here, why are they going to want to eat a lure when they have millions of mullet? Look at these mullet. They are massive. They don't really seem to care about the drone either. They're everywhere. That right there is a massive flathead lure. Massive. That thing's ridiculous. Did not see any flathead on that fly, but I really want to try a hard body over these sand flats, and this looks like a perfect little mullet impersonation. This is a nomad shikari. Dives to about 1/2 metre deep, which is perfect. I'm in 0.7 to about 1 metre deep, so it's going to be right along the bottom in front of their faces. We'll give that a crack over the flats. Love using hard bodies on the sand flats because you can cover a lot of water really, really quickly. It's the best way to cover ground, and that's what I want to do. Haven't found exactly where the fish are sitting, so I just want to cover water quick and try find one. Lure's looking good. There we go, we got one. Yep, we've got one. Right along the deep side of that flat over there, I just cast out, and we've got something. Oh, it's massive. It's massive. It is a big flathead. Really big. It's actually really, really big. Oh my goodness. How cool is that? That was like 5 casts with that hard body lure, and we've hooked up to a really big girl. Really big girl. Hopefully these hooks stay in. That is a giant of a flathead. I don't have my big net with me either. Oh, that is huge, man. I knew I saw some big flathead lies, and that is definitely one of them. That is a crocodile. Look at the size of that thing. Whoa. That is so heavy too. That could be my biggest flathead ever. I'm not even kidding you. My question to this flathead would be, why are you eating my lure and not one of the 6 million mullet which are down there? Look at that thing. Holy crocodile. Crocodilian. I've got to go to the bank. I don't even think that's going to fit in my little net. That is ridiculous. New spot, and we have hooked up to an absolute giant fish. This is why I love exploring new areas. You just never know when you're going to hook up to that giant fish and find a new good spot. Look at all these mullet here. They're going to be so scared when this crocodile comes through. I obviously want to do this in a way which causes least harm for the fish. That's why I'm pedaling over to the bank right now. If I just got it in the net, it would be an absolute show. It would go skits, harm itself, and possibly harm me. It could get a treble. So I'm going to try get it. Oh. See, I don't like this. There's oysters everywhere. I'm gonna have to get my shoes wet, eh? Okay, as much as I don't want to just jump in with my shoes, I'm gonna have to. That is a huge animal. That's ridiculous. The least oysters look like it's on this little path here. So this is where I'm gonna try go. Wow, wow, that is huge. That is massive, that flathead, bro. Come on, calm down. I'm gonna quickly give her him. Look how fat it is. Look how fat it is. Look. Holy crocodilian. Okay, we've got her up. I'm gonna be as quick as I can. Want to give her a quick measurement. I don't have a brag mat, but I do have a little, oh. Do have a little fish ruler. Well, we right on the tail there, down to 91 centimeter flathead, dude. That is epic. Drink. Wow. Oh, wow. I want this thing to swim off super, super healthy, so I'm gonna give it a drink before I hold it up for you guys. You can see that lure pinned her beautifully. That is a crocodile. Oh, Jesus. My goodness. Are you guys ready to see the size of this thing? Take a look at that new PB, 91 centimeters of giant flathead. Really, really heavy to hold. That is just an absolute mammoth of a flathead. He clunked that out in the deep, was just twitching that hard body, and bang, it got smoked. No wonder this guy's here. There's just thousands of mullet absolutely everywhere, so it makes sense. That's by far the fattest flathead I've ever caught as well. What a proper mammoth. All right, let's get her going. Let's try to get those hooks out. Look at the size of that mouth. What an enormous animal. Could easily swallow one of those big mullet. New PB at 91. Bit hard to measure it, but 91. Let's let her go. Let's let this big animal go. Look at that. Big. Oh, took off as well. There she goes. Cruising off. 91 centimeter flathead. New spot and an absolute mammoth of a fish. That is crazy. The health of those flathead is absolutely vital for me. Walked it over to the bank. I didn't really care if it got off on the way in. I'd rather do that than net it and have it get tangled up in the net and hurt itself. So walked it to the bank, kept it in the water for as long as I could in between shots. I measured it, put it in the water, picked it up, put it back in the water, got the hooks out, got one last hold up. So it was out of the water for a very minimal time and it swam off perfectly. What a fish. Oh, that's just so awesome. The amount of life in this system is ridiculous. So many big mullet and obviously big predators chasing those mullet as well. That's just made my day. That is unreal. First trip back out here as well, and we get a fish like that. Peaked on the first day. That line was frayed up big time. That's why you use heavy leader when you're chasing big girls like that. I use 20, and you could even go heavier. They're not really leader shy, but 20 is definitely enough to land those big fish. Unheard of for me. That's my first ever flathead over that 90 mark. So it's a real big milestone. We're getting closer and closer to that 1 meter unicorn, but I'm not going to complain with that fish at all. I'll take those every day of the week. There we go. Got another one. Oh, he just got off. Oh, fighting real weird. Thought he got off, but he was just swimming at me. I think it's another flathead. Oh, he's a little one. A little tacker. See you, buddy. Gonna keep moving on. Been fishing for those flathead for over an hour and a half now. Managed those two, but today for me is all about exploring, so I want to continue to do so. I'm going to keep pedaling upriver, and we might actually switch up the techniques, put on some plastics and do something a little bit different. We have made a very, very big pedal up this system, and now what I'm going to do is switch it up. So we've got our ultralight 1 to 3 kilo rod, and we're going to throw around some small soft plastics. So we've got a little 3-inch here, and we're going to cast that around all this structure. So just going to make our way along the banks here, cast it all to structure, and see what we can catch. Hopefully we can find some brim or some perch or some flathead, who knows. Just gonna have a bit of fun, try something different. This is what I love doing. The fishing's been pretty quiet so far up here, but Look how cool it is. No one else in the world and just surrounded by a beautiful river system. Always cast at every side of the snag. You just never know. Oh. No! No, 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 not my lucky jumper. Today's not your day, lucky jumper. There we go. There we go. Soon as that hit the bottom, soon as that hit the water, something grabbed it. Instantly he was all over that. It feels good. It feels really good actually. Oh! Bit me off. Got the same lure back on again. I wonder what that was. Whatever it was obviously had teeth and it snipped me off. Could have been a really big brim with big teeth, or could have been a tailor, maybe a jack, possibly, who knows. Whatever it was hadn't really started fighting at all yet either. Another fish. Whoa! What was that? Oh, that's a good fish. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. What is that? What is that? That has just taken off. That's got to be a tailor or something, eh? Got to go real loose on the drag. That thing has just screamed off on a tiny little plastic. No wonder we got bitten off. This has got to be like a tailor or something. Look at the tail beats. It's got constant tail beats. Let's see if we can just get a look at whatever this is, because obviously it's a very, very big fish. Super light gear though. I'm on 4 pound and I think 8 pound leader, so light leader, very light leader. It's a bit weird with those constant tail beats. Could it be a trevally? I guess it could be a trevally or a tailor or something. I think it's a trevally, eh? I think it's a real big trevally. That's really cool. You're kidding me, that's not what I was expecting to catch all the way up here, a big trevally. It is. Got him. Wow, that's a really cool little fish. What is that? I don't even know what type of trevally that is. It could be a little GT maybe. That's a really cool little capture. Man, did he fight hard. You guys are going to have to let me know what type of trevally that is, but I think it might be a little GT. That's a super cool catch. And if it is a little GT, it's my first ever. Really epic little fish. We'll get that lure out and send him off. All right, buddy. We'll get you going. There he goes. That could have been my first ever GT. I am super impressed with how hard that little guy fought. He was just sitting right along that bank there. There's a lot of bait, probably like this little guy here, like minnow baits and shrimp and stuff right along this ledge. And that's what got the bite. That was really fun, really fun. I mean, this just looks like a great area. It's a harbour life. We've got all these mangrove roots and it drops right off. It gets really deep really quick, which is perfect. There's a lot of shallow water in this system, so any deep water is a good spot. That's a good fish. Yep. Oh, what is going on? Time to stop messing around. I'm upping leader to 20 pound. I'm not getting bitten off no more. 10 pound wasn't working, so 20 is going to be the go. There's got to be a fish around this snag here. Has to be. Whoa, there's a lot of fish below me. There we go. Something grabbed it. Yep. That's a good fish. Whoa. 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 That's got big head shakes too. Big head shakes. Wow. What is that? That is nuts. Whatever that is has got really big head shakes. Could be a big flatty or a big tailor maybe. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm very, very thankful. Whoa, it's a jewie. Whoa, it's a jewie. You're kidding me. It's a mulloway. It is a mulloway. That is ridiculous. Very thankful I've upgraded plastic size. I wonder if I've been getting bitten off by jewies. It is dead set a little jewfish. I wonder if they're all jewfish schooled up here. That is awesome. That is awesome. He's not a bad little fish either. What is going on today? This has been an epic session. 91 centimetre flathead, a jewie, trevally, everything. I cannot believe today's session. How cool is that? Nice little jewie. That is so sick. He engulfed that little 3-inch paddle tail. I'm very glad I upgraded leader. If there's a few of these guys around, might have to upgrade plastic size as well. That's a beautiful fish. All right, we're gonna get him going. He'll go, watch this. Yep, I knew it. Fair to say, I'll definitely be coming back to this spot. What a little gem that we've found today. Awesome spot, and we've ticked off some amazing fish as well. PB flathead, trevally, jewfish. It's just been an incredible day on the water. If you've enjoyed this one and want to see more videos like it, then be sure to give it a like. Comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. What a day. What a day that was.